Hey everybody, this is Cherokee Edwards from Cherokee Edwards Inspires, where we're going to have shows here to talk about life, to talk about what makes your life special, what makes it better, and everybody working together, because together everyone achieves more. Acronym for the word team. Stay tuned and let's get it on. All right, well, welcome for the next edition on the Cherokee Edwards Inspires, and I have with me another good friend of mine in my network group, and this is Duane Hayes, the president of 5-Star Bath Solutions. Hey, Duane, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Cherokee, thanks for hosting me today, man. I'm looking forward to our time together.
Oh, man, hey, we've done this before, and then one good thing about having you on is you do something that I think a lot of my neighbors need, and actually I'm going to be passing these around to a lot of people because the way that you do the bathrooms is amazing. So what I want to do is I want to jump right in. The water's warm. Tell us a little bit about your background and tell us how this came to be.
Well, Cherokee, again, thanks for taking a few minutes with me today and allowing me to share this with you and the folks out there. I've like a lot of folks, I've got a career of large corporations, 30 plus years, moving around the country, trying to better myself and, make some things happen.
Mm-hmm.
And after a long, successful career, there came a Y in the road, and I kind of took the path less traveled, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But yet it was a path less traveled, but one I had always, I believe, been destined to be on.
Okay.
And I was able to get hooked up with a gentleman who put me in touch with some franchise concepts, and I was able to take on a franchise by the name of 5-Star Bath Solutions, an incredible group out of Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do is make a difference in people's lives. And I say that and you go, wow, really? A bathroom remodel? It's amazing how many people have put this off, thought about it, and we're able to make their dreams come true. And as easy as 2 to 3 days, get in and completely revolutionize their bathrooms. And it's a space that, we all need. Many of them have 2 and 3 bathrooms in a home, and we can do some incredible work with our team. And it inspires us to just reach out and do more.
Right. Well, obviously, I've taken a look at a lot of what you've done. I believe in what you're doing. I think you're making people's lives a lot easier. And like you said, having bathrooms created, you would say, okay, what's just a bathroom? But it makes people really happy. That's where they spend a lot of their time, in the bathroom.
Well, and to that point, even when you think about, the baby boomers, which I'm a part of,
Mm-hmm.
kind of the tail end of it. But, you think about people, they want to stay in their own house.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to go into a lot of these retirement communities or assisted living. And one of the number one things that keep them or absolutely allows them to stay in their home is getting their bathroom redone so they can step over not a tub, but a small threshold to get into a walk-in shower.
Right.
Maybe even a walk-in tub.
Right.
We install both of those. And sometimes it's as simple as putting a chair lift from the first floor to the second floor.
Exactly.
We install that as well. So we help them get from first floor to second floor and to be able to have safe bathing practices, because quite honestly, every 15 seconds, someone falls in their bathroom today. And over 20,000 people a year die in that area. It's the most dangerous room in your house.
Right.
And we have focused our attention on that and helping people to have a safe, comfortable livelihood and existence within their own home.
Wow, that's amazing. And like you said, it just, the baby boomers definitely need it. But I think even some of us younger people, we definitely, could benefit off of that. You talked about what inspires you, and to make a change and make a difference in people's lives. Is there something, a story you could tell us that actually depicts that vision and that focus that you brought? Is there something that happened in your life, or have you seen something that just really propelled you to do this?
Well, there's a lot of examples out there. The people who say, well, my mother failed, my grandmother failed, those types of things. But I can give you something even as of most recent that depicts this. There was a gentleman that reached out to us at 5-Star Bath Solutions, and we went to his home. He's in a wheelchair, got a day bed downstairs, and he stays there, and his wife has had some surgeries. And this gentleman has not been able to bathe properly because he had just a traditional tub and all of that.
Right.
We have been able to put in a walk-in tub and a stair lift. This gentleman literally was in tears.
Wow.
By what we did, because his son couldn't help him.
Right.
He couldn't get up there. He wasn't getting the hygiene that he needed to have. The gentleman was in tears when we told him we could do this for him, and we have, and he loves it. Loves it. So it's things like that that inspire us to continue to move forward. But it's that ownership of being able to make a difference in people's lives that really drove me to this. Right. And I find that each and every case is a unique opportunity for me to just give them some hope and to help my team as well to be successful, even in these times.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of these times, how's the coronavirus affecting your business?
Well, there's no doubt our business, like any other business that interacts with people and requires us to be in their homes, has had an impact. Our guys have been tested. Our guys take the steps that they need to make sure they're washing their hands or carrying a sanitizer. They're using masks. They're using the little footies, those types of things that allow them to come into the home. And equally so, asking and respecting the homeowners to kind of keep that safe distance as we go about our job. So yes, it absolutely has caused us to look at what we're doing. We've always put in best practices as to protecting their property and the flooring and all of that as we go about this work. But this has added extra measures of caution and precaution to what we do.
Right. Right. So if you're going in, like the areas that you primarily want to hit and want to protect, what are those areas? I know we're in Williamsburg, Virginia right here, but how far is your reach?
We can work with customers from New Kent County, which is west of Williamsburg, and all the way to Virginia Beach, north of the York and south of the James. So it's a big territory with a lot of people, and a lot of people who are transient, be it military or what have you. They're buying a house, but they don't like the bathroom. They want to get it upgraded. Someone trying to sell a house, they might need to get it upgraded to sell it, knowing the kitchen and the bathroom are the two areas in a home that people look at for upgrading because it makes the biggest impact.
Right.
And quite honestly, people who spend that money can get easily back 57 to 63, 64% of their money back as a result of what they spend on it. And it allows people to get that house sold much quicker than they would had they not made those renovations.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. And being in the vacation real estate world and having, of course, our connection with the realtors, with Jim Kermatis and people of that nature, I could see, and it kind of gives me a segue into what type of client or teammate are you looking for when you say, being able to sell their house for more money for what would you be looking for as far as what would be an ideal person to work with?
Well, obviously, realtors would be a very good source of partnership that we could work with. Also, we work with people who are in like assisted living, people working with aging in place, any of the geriatric type arena. Those people where, they may have clients that have needs, but they don't know who to turn to, who to help them with.
Right.
There are many people who do wills, estate plannings, those types of people can benefit from our services as a conduit to their ultimate customers, so that they can benefit and have those things they need to safely remain in their home and have that joy that comes from the safety, the comfort, and the familiarity of one's own home that they've been in for so many years.
Right. And you're extremely passionate. Of course, Duane, I have a lot of people at a disadvantage. Obviously, I say this every now and then, because not only are we colleagues, but we are actual friends. And we've done shows together. We've done business socials together. And we've helped entrepreneurs that were out here trying to establish a contact to do a business. And what would you say? How important is it that they have the kind of passion that you possess with the 5-star bath solution?
Wow, that leads into a very good point, Cherokee. You know, I guess I can expand on that and say, what are some lessons that I've learned here? And there's been many. I can assure you of that. You know, I have extensive education and corporate experiences, but you know that just means I realize how much more I don't know.
Right.
But one of the most important lessons I would say is to have the faith to believe that anything is possible and to trust God for it.
Oh man, amen.
I mean, because that's really, there are so many things that happen outside of my control that if I don't come to terms with it and put it, you know, where I should, and you know, it's going to be quite a burden for me to bear. Also, I would say is to adopt that learner mentality, you know, because there's so much to learn, be it QuickBooks, be it, you know, marketing, be it whatever.
Right.
You may or may not have those experiences. So anybody looking to go out and to do their own, seek their passion or their own business, there are many things to learn. But I would also tell you is that you need to be humble. You need to learn as much as you can, and always, always try to have a mentor.
Yes.
Somewhere along the way that can keep you from some of the pitfalls and maybe their mistakes. They don't have to be your mistakes.
That's right.
And minimize those things because, you know, mistakes cost money. Mistakes cost pain.
Yes.
And you don't want to have any more of those than come naturally with the process. So I would say, you know, but it's have that faith, be passionate about it, because as the leader of your team and your company, they're going to feed from you.
Yes.
And if you don't keep looking forward and you're looking backwards, you can't lead from the back. You got to be at the front.
That's so true. So true. So we're gonna take a break and pause for station identification and our sponsors, and we'll be right back with more of Duane Hayes of 5-Star Bath Solutions.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
All right. Well, we're back with Duane Hayes of 5-Star Bath Solution. And Duane, you know, you've helped a lot of people. I know this. I've witnessed it. The listeners that are listening to you, they're getting to know you now. What kind of message would you send to these prospective listeners as far as like maybe your long-term goal? I think that's important to see where you see yourself 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. What do you see 5-Star Bath Solutions doing?
Well, first of all, it's got to be bigger than me. It's got to be bigger than the next bathroom I do, because that would be very short-sighted to think that way. You know, one of the things that I look at, while it's true that we remodel and renovate bathrooms for a living, my real passion is about providing clean water to a country in Ghana, there in West Africa, because, you know, they need clean water for bathing, drinking, and cooking. In fact, every job that we do, some of the proceeds from that job goes towards that goal. And we're well on our way to making a difference there, Cherokee. So when you do business with 5-Star Bath Solutions, you are not only making a difference for your family at that time, but you're also making a difference for families around the globe.
Right.
I encourage everyone to become a participant in this campaign that we're doing, because we're not only changing lives here domestically in CONUS, but we are changing lives at a distance for people who have very little hope and basic needs that are not being met that we take for granted. So I would just encourage them, if you want to make a difference, if you want to accomplish and be a part of something far bigger than what you typically are involved with, we do it one bathroom, one remodel job at a time, and we would be glad to do one for you and make you a partner in this campaign as well.
Wow. I think it's just so amazing to see the passion, the love. And I think that's what's missing in a lot of American business, you know, and you're a perfect person for me to talk to about this, because of the fact that you have sweat, you've learned, you've studied, you mastered so many things. You've helped people get better at different things that they've done, even something that maybe not your natural walk, but you have walked into their lane and helped them out over the years. Tell us a little bit about what your goals and visions are with your team, because I know that you actually give people jobs and you employ people. Do you have any specific goals for them?
I want them to be the best that they can be as a person, as an installer, as a salesperson, whatever it might be. I want them to be the best at it. And I want them to enjoy life. I want them to feel like they're making a difference because people have an inherent and innate need to belong.
Yes.
And I want them to know that they're part of a team and that that team is bigger than just them.
That's right.
And so as they take their skill sets and their personalities and all of their knowledge and experiences, and we meld that into one collective group of people focused on delivering the highest quality of perfection, if you will, in that bathroom remodel for that customer. That is really what we're trying to do through the interactions, all of that. You know, there's a lot of people, competitors of mine and other folks out there that put a lot of pressure on these people.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, an unbelievable, I mean, to a level that if one of my guys did that, I would say, you know, you need to go work for someone else. Now, while business is important, it takes, you know, time and money to go to people's homes. We want to be respectful and we want them to talk about their dream. We want to hear, we want to see it. And we want to share some concepts with them that allow them to make this come about.
Right.
We can do financing as low as $99 a month.
Wow.
For you to have that bathroom you need, that safety, that area where you can, you know, bathe and start each day with and do those things for your, and have that for your loved ones, maybe your elderly parents or even your children, you know, to have that area that's safe. Again, we can make that happen. And we have a wonderful team of people that you will just love to sit down with. They're great conversations, but more importantly, they are there to listen.
Right.
They are there to understand, and they are there to show you what can be possible as a result of y'all's discussion together.
That's amazing. And it kind of segues into my next question for you. I feel like I easily know the answer, but I want the audience to hear you say it. What do you think and feel separates you from your competitors, as you spoke about earlier?
You know, I told you earlier that I had spent over 30 years in corporate America. That's been manufacturing, that's been DOD, DOE, you know, Department of Energy, Department of Defense, a myriad of different industries. And it seemed like you get lost in, you're just another number, you're just another person doing a job, and you never really get to see that end result necessarily.
Right.
I find that in my own business, I am able to take that passion that I've always had and just boil it down to create an experience for someone that is meaningful, something that allows them to release their dreams and their visions and the things that they have for that project. But it's our ability to listen, our ability to communicate, and our ability to deliver that project that meets and exceeds those expectations. And that is what my passion is about.
How long would you say from the average bathroom start to finish, if you were to do a walk-in shower or a sink and walk-in tub, how long do you think that would take?
I tell people 2 days. Now, there's people out there saying it as quick as a day. Well, yeah, maybe that is the case. But you also want to be very realistic.
Yes.
You know, because we take into account, you know, people sometimes don't want you in the house too early. They don't want you in there too late.
Right.
And if I say, well, you know, I can do every job in a day, that would not be a true statement.
Right.
But I say we allow about 2 days for the average bathroom, we're in and out. And that way we're not rushing the process. We're not rushing our work, and we can deliver that quality product consistently to each of our customers. And, you know, no one wants to be rushed through the dentist chair or be rushed out when you're talking with your doctor.
That's right.
You want to feel like you've had the attention, the care, and the quality delivered for the services you paid for. And so that's what we tell people. And I've had no pushback on that.
and your approach is definitely dead on. I work with a lot of businesses. I coach businesses. I consult businesses, and the first thing I do when I walk in is I look for what you naturally possess, which is the people skills. You can have all the brain power you want, but if you don't have the people skills, then that just makes you another straw in the box. So that, and listeners out there, I can tell you, I know this gentleman myself personally, and my wife and I are talking about which bathroom we want to start with, and of course we're living in some really tough times, and sometimes you need something to look forward to. And I believe that 5-Star Bath Solutions, it definitely has my wife smiling and looking at stuff. So I'm sure that a lot of my neighbors out here, I think we counted when we were walking around, there's a couple hundred people out here, and every one of them is going to know who you are. So do me a favor with that in mind. Tell our audience how and what's the best way to get in touch with you.
Oh, that's a great lead, and I appreciate that, Cherokee.
Mm-hmm.
You can best get in touch with us at 5-Star Bath Solutions, Williamsburg or Norfolk. Just type it right into the web browser, and that'll pull out our web page.
Okay.
We're also available on Facebook as well. But we're all kind of sitting back right now, trying to see where this coronavirus goes, and we're all kind of getting a little cabin feverish here.
Yeah.
But when all this moves past us and we're moving on with our life, there's going to be a lot of people who have been wanting to do something like this, and we've got a production schedule that's still running. We would love to sit down with someone and talk to you now. No pressure, no obligation.
Right.
But if we could sit down and talk about what you want to do and just say, hey, look, we'd like to do this out here.
Right.
And we can get you in a production schedule. That way you're not having to wait.
Right.
And we can do that with no money down. If just put you in that schedule, and we can revisit this at that time and see if you're still on target with it, and we can make things happen. But again, 5-Star Bath Solutions, Williamsburg, or 5-Star Bath Solutions, Norfolk, 2 locations serving the Tidewater and Southside, as well as our Facebook. And we would love to sit down and spend a few minutes with you. We can do that over the phone. We can even right now do that through Zoom or virtual. We can do some Skyping and those types of things.
Excellent.
I've even had some of our salespeople shoot me some pictures, let us look, talk about some concepts, and we can even do that. So there's a lot of ways for us to deliver your dream project in these times that we're going through right now.
Amazing. Well, Duane, I thank you so much. That's our time for today. And I thank you for coming on board with the CTAC, with the mindset of how we met and the things that we've done on the Cherokee Edwards Inspires show. And if there's anything before you leave, is there anything that you want our audience if you want to leave them with, please do so.
Well, thank you, Cherokee. And I do. I would like, again, as I stated earlier, remember, a person falls every 15 seconds. That's 20,000 people die in the bathroom every year. And most falls, of course, as I mentioned, fall in the bathroom. So don't be a victim. Plan ahead. Let 5-Star Bath Solutions show you how you can live safely at home and enjoy your retirement in your safety of your home, and even for the other ones in your loved one, to create that environment where you can bathe safely and enjoy your time at home.
That's Duane Hayes, 5-Star Bath Solutions. Thank y'all for joining us today on the Cherokee Edwards Inspires. We'll see you next time. Keep yourself safe, stay out of the way, and wash your hands, America. God bless.